Hi, James here. I was going through some of my emails earlier, getting through some of my video requests, and somebody's requested could I do a video showing them how to replace the magnet on the bottom of the platter on a Technics turntable. Now I can show you how to do that. The reason being is there's got a nasty chip in it and it's making like a scraping sound when the platter turns. Now I have had that problem before, and I'll show you there's quite an easy way to fix it if the chip is not too dramatic. I'll show you in a minute. Now, changing the magnet itself is probably one of the easiest jobs you'll ever use a screwdriver for on a Technics turntable. It's really easy. Finding a brand new replacement magnet, on the other hand, is not going to be easy. It's not a standard replacement part, which means you're going to have a real hard time trying to find one, trying to track one down. Now, the only way you're actually going to get one new is to actually buy a new platter. Now, a brand new platter is going to probably cost you £100 plus. It's like $160 US. That's the cheapest I've seen them for anyway. Now, the reason they're so expensive, these are not your average aluminium dinner plates. These are high precision, drop forged aluminium. They're quite high grade bits of equipment. They're not your average turntable platter. Now, saying that though, don't be disheartened, because you can get them second hand quite cheap. If you go around eBay, I've seen a couple on eBay going for cheap, and at the end of the day, if you can go and get one like off of eBay, or go and buy one off of somebody down the pub for like 20 quid, you're onto a winner, because you've saved yourself a lot of money. But in a minute I'll show you how you can save yourself a lot more money. So first of all, I'll quickly show you how you change it. Now, like I say, changing one of these things, really easy. All you have to do, take your slip mat off, my little slippy piece of paper, take the platter off. Now, one thing to quickly mention here, a lot of people have said, how do you get the platter off if it's stuck? Okay, now first of all, get a screwdriver with a plastic handle and just tap the spindle like that. Don't sort of welt it, but don't be afraid to give it a firm tap. Now if that still doesn't free it up, you can lift the platter up. You can hear that. It's lifting up slightly off of the bearing, but not off of the shaft. Now if you lift it and hold it up like that, then tap the shaft, it will come straight off like that, and you won't have any problems getting it off. Now, next thing, in there you can see there's 1, 2, 3 screws. All you have to do is get a screwdriver and take those 3 screws out. Once you've done that, magnet lifts straight off, and it's a magnet and a sole plate like that, and it all sits as one unit. Now when you got your new one, obviously I haven't got a new one to put on, putting it back on, okay, all you have to do is put it on like that. Now it can only go on one way, because these 4 posts are non-symmetrical to the screw holes. So if you put it on wrong, you'll know, because the screw holes won't line up. So just turn it round, nope, turn it round, nope, turn it round, and you just keep turning it until eventually the screw holes will line up and you know that you've got it on right. Now when you put the screws back in, put them all in just finger tight to start with. Don't tighten them all in straight away. And then once you've got them all in finger tight, give the magnet a bit of a wobble like that, and then go around and tighten them all up proportionately. So go around, tighten that one up a bit, go and tighten that one up a bit, tighten that one up a bit more. Just go around until they're all, you don't want them like massively tight, just as tight as they'll sort of go before you start wrecking the pattern in this screw. And that's it, done. Then put your platter back on. Put your slip mat back on. Job done, that's it. So there you go, simple. See, really straightforward. And like I say, the hardest bit is just getting the magnet itself. Now, the person did say they had a chip in the magnet and it was making a scratching sound when the platter was spinning. Now I'll show you something you can do. If the chip isn't too major, like it's not a massive chip, you may be able to get away with just smoothing in the edge of the chip off, and I'll show you how to do that. Now depending on where the chip is, if it's only just a tiny little chip on the corner or on the face or on the outside here, you shouldn't have too much of a problem. All you need is a piece of sandpaper like this, probably like 240 grip sandpaper will do the job, and all you want to do is don't literally go mad at it, just gently. I'm not actually going to do it because I haven't got a chip, but just gently go around and just take the sharp edge away from the chip. That's all you need to do. Best thing to do is put it on the back of your thumb like that, and then just run your thumb around like that, and just do it on the corner and take the chip away. Now that scratching sound that you're hearing most likely is because the bit of ferrite here that's chipped off is stuck to the edge of this because it's a magnet, and that's what's grating. So what you need to do is make sure after you've sanded the edge and got it nice and clean and there's no sharp edge on it, go around with a bit of tissue or something like that and really give it a good clean out, because you've probably got bits of brittle ferrite all stuck around the outside, and that might be what's grinding. So once you've done that and you've made sure this is nice and clean, put your platter back on and then just give it a spin and make sure it's not making that grating sound. Now if you've done that and cleaned the magnet off and you've spun the platter and it's not scratching and it's not making any more noises, great, you've sorted the problem out. But you still need to check that that chip hasn't affected how the turntable runs. These things are quite accurately tuned, and even the slightest little chip and crack can cause it to do something called wavering, which means that the platter doesn't spin smoothly, it kind of jitters, and this is how you check whether it's doing that. Just simply turn on your turntable, put the pitch at the green light, and then 33 or 45, doesn't matter, just press start and start the turntable spinning. Now you see that big dot in the middle? That big dot should be absolutely stationary, it shouldn't be moving at all. It might be moving up and down slightly, that's just the movement of the platter, but it shouldn't be doing this. Can you see it sort of going backwards and forwards? That's what it would be doing if that chip was affecting the performance of the turntable. It'd be sort of every full turn it would just sort of jitter slightly. And that's going to put your mix out, it's going to put your pitch out, it's going to put everything out. So make sure it's not doing that. So there you go, hope there's enough information there for you. Now if you've got any questions or anything, just bung a comment below or send me a personal message or whatever. But however, if you are going to ask me where to get the magnets from, I'm going to give you the same answer each time. I don't know. They're not a standard replacement part, so if you want one you're just going to have to either get one second hand off of eBay or buy a new platter. Unfortunately. Hope this helped. Thank you for watching. Nice one.